Hello and welcome to this Killer Instinct tutorial video on how I play as a gamer without sight. When I say I'm a gamer without sight, I mean I have absolutely no sight whatsoever, and I use the term to clarify that legal blindness, often just shortened to being blind, often can and often does include usable and or residual vision, which I've never had. That being said, you might be thinking this is a little quiet for a Killer Instinct video, and that's because I've already turned the music down in preparation for this recording. Also as well, if you're thinking I've done one of these before, why does this all seem rather familiar? That's because I have done one of these before, but it was during Season 2 and I thought I'd better update it, particularly as Killer Instinct Definitive Edition has, as of the previous day, hit Game Pass. So that's great to know that Killer Instinct is still definitely in the hearts and minds of Microsoft in that respect. So I'm going to go into practice mode by pressing A on single player, down 1, A again on master, down 1, A again on practice, and the character select screen will load in. Now in Season 2, this character select screen had animations that would play along with audio to indicate what character you were hovering over, as it were. But then in Season 3, this was replaced with what was termed as walkout animations. Now these only occur when you select the character, so if I select Jago here for instance,
Jago.
without selecting his colouring costume, I can actually see his walkout animation there. Likewise, if I want to select Shadow Jago, you know, they all have these walkout animations.
Gargos.
There we go, including Gargus
General Ram.
and General Ram, amongst all the other characters, as well as
Kilgore.
Kilgore
Eagle.
and Eagle. Admittedly, I'm not necessarily as much of a fan of this as the old system,
Jago.
or rather the original system as it were, but it does work, and I don't mind it. Once you get used to it, it's fine. But we're going to play Jago versus Jago, and we're going to wait for the fight to load in. This is being recorded on an Xbox One X, so the load time shouldn't be too bad, but on PC it is much quicker. Now these intros play, the way you skip these intros is by pressing B, which we're going to do, but sometimes they can be useful to listen to at the beginning of a fight if you're online and you've, say, missed the character freeze where the sound cues play indicating who your opponent's actually picked, which I've done on a few occasions during playing Killer Instincts. Now, there are sound cues going on the left and right hand side, and both of which seem to involve a fair amount of breathing at this point, and twirling, if you will, or what sounds like twirling in the audio point of view. Now that indicates where myself and my opponent are on screen, though the majority of time you will not be just standing still. You will either be crouch blocking or moving or doing attacks. So what I'm going to do is if I dash forward and I dash back, you can hear the sound is moving from left to right. So if I walk forward, you can hear I've moved all the way over to the right-hand side of the stereo field, and I'm going to move back. And you can hear I'm now back on the other side of the screen where I started. That indicates where I am versus where my opponent is. And even jumping does that as well, just to be clear. And once you understand that, once you understand how that works, you can even use moves like forward roundhouse. And you can hear where that move lands and even space out the second hit. So that it lands consistently in terms of actually hitting your opponent when they least expect it. There we go. So that's a fairly reasonable demonstration of that. Now in Killer Instinct, most if not all projectiles travel as well. So if you've played a Street Fighter game before, the vast majority of the time if projectiles do have sound cues, it's normally when characters throw those, they leave the character's hand, and then they either hit you or they miss completely. Fortunately with Killer Instinct, that issue is resolved because you throw a fireball. I'm going to throw Jago's light fireball here. And you hear there's a sound cue there. for all 3 stages. So when it leaves his hand, when it travels, and when it connects. There is a cue for when it misses, which I'm going to show by sweeping my opponent off his feet and then throwing a fireball if I'm quick enough. There we go. If I throw my opponent into the middle of the screen here... There we go. There's the cue on the left-hand side of the screen. And then I can do it on the right as well. So if I can also do it with a shadow fireball as well, so if I... There we go, so they all vanish off the side of the screen. And as you can hear, I'm using throw as well, which also indicates position of where your opponent lands. And when they get up as well. So he hits the ground and then he rolls to his feet, essentially. You can also hear recovery sounds with moves like wind kick, so there's a small scuff of the foot there. And even when he hits, there's a small cue to indicate, as far as I understand it, when the player is recovered. There we go, there's a small cue there. Laser Sword does it as well. But then given the speed those moves come out and how they work, that can change based on the character as well. And, other attributes. Things like overhead, which is quite a long-range move. Has quite a long-range sound effect, so you're not going to mistake it if an opponent's continuously using it. With that all being said, there's one thing I haven't mentioned, which is the KV meter, or the HUD meter volume slider, to be precise, in the audio options, which is... if you were to go from single player, you'd press A on single player. You'd go up 1 to help in options, press A on that. You'd go down 4 to the audio. And then once you're in that menu, you'd go down 3. So that's 1 above where music is, if you're familiar with the menus already. And then you turn that all the way to the right. Now, if I were to hit Jago with heavy attacks, and if you listen on the left-hand side of the screen... You hear sound cues there, and then you hear me drop my combo. That's because I blew the combo. I exceeded the KV limit. And if I do that with lights, you'll hear that much quicker. And even if we switch sides, like so, my cues will still be on the same side of the screen. So it makes it easier once you know what you're doing to actually work with that. Now, the KV meter... audio cues were introduced after I fed back during Season 2 when I first started playing the game online, and I was being constantly beaten by sighted opponents who had the information on screen and used it to their advantage to be able to end combos effectively. So they could do things like this. And I missed that completely. But you get my point. They can end the combos effectively. There we go, to get the maximum amount of damage, whereas I couldn't. So I was ending up doing just sort of estimating. Maybe not that effectively, probably much worse than that back in the day. But the point still stands. I had massive issues with actually controlling what was happening in a match and winning as a result. But once I suggested that they add audio cues, the developers eventually patched it in after the community responded really well to it. And yeah, that from then on, it was pretty much night and day difference. There's actually footage on my channel of me sort of before and after the patch, and you can tell the difference almost immediately. And even with one of the new mechanics in Season 3, which is Flip Out, you can tell how that's being used with KV. So if I do a KV combo... What's that KV combo? A combo with this audio system on. So I'm doing heavy, light, and then light at the end of this juggle. And you can hear the small cue that plays indicating that I've flipped him out. And that plays on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side of the screen, and it would play on the right-hand side if my opponent were to do it as well. So I'm going to quickly switch characters and then cut back into this because I'm going to show how that works for a character that uses flip out massively in their strategy, namely General Ram. So I'm going to switch out and then cut back into practice mode again. And now we are in practice mode again, playing as General Ram. And you can hear the animations are different on each side of the screen. So Ram is doing his idle animation, Jago is currently in his as well. And footsteps are different. That's a key thing to consider as well. So you understand the walk speed of the character, the dash speed as well. And particularly with things like damage over time effects as well, the audio can be massively helpful. So if I put the krill on Jago, and then even if I move away, the krill still surround Jago, and then they vanish. So if I do that again, and then come closer, throw him to the other side. So for whatever reason the krill stay on that side of the screen in terms of the sound effect, but that doesn't matter because you still know the krill are present. Now if I do a command throw, do medium, light, that's the flip out cue. So if I do it again and listen carefully, there's the cue. So if you do medium and then keep hitting the light kick, you'll hear that cue. So it's very clear how flip out works. And you can even do, after a combo, you can even do the shadow command throw and get a flip out off of it. I did it recently whilst in a match and it was really satisfying to hit because I knew what was going on because of the audio. And let me see if I can show you that. Actually, I'm going to use combo assist. So in a normal Killer Instinct combo, you would do so special move into a button, into a direction, and a button, which is a special move. So it's special move button, most of the time. Anyway, there are exceptions. But with combo assist, what you can do, the game doesn't recognize it any differently. The game doesn't care. But if you wanted to do, say, this combo, if the game will. Let me see if I can find one that the game will let me do. There we go. So if I'm doing lights here, so I'm doing quarter circle forward, light punch, quarter circle forward, light punch. So like that, and I've got the timing, as you see there. But I can also do light punch, forward light punch to start the combo as well. So. And then just keep hitting the light punch. Like so. And it doesn't matter, the game doesn't mind, and it's just easy to execute certain combos like that. Other than the fact that the AI is blocking at this point in time. There we go, that's how you'd initiate it against a blocking AI. And then you can go from there. So with that, I think we're going to switch into the final part of this demo. We're going to turn the music on. And then I'm going to fight my shadow and try and commentate and tell you what's going on. So here we are in the options menu, the audio menu that I referenced previously. And we're going to keep the music about here for the purposes of this demo. But we're also going to change the announcer, because you've heard that announcer for a fair amount of the time. And I kind of want to show you that there are other ones as well. So we're going to change it to the classic announcer. And we're going to go back out. And we're going to go into fight. And we're going to then challenge my shadow via this menu. Now I do have two shadows. I have a Jago shadow and a Fulgor shadow. We're going to challenge the Fulgor, which is the one to the right once the shadows load in. Which does take its time and doesn't have any sound cues. Unfortunately, this game came long before the menu narration that would have made it so much less frustrating to go through things like Shadow Lords. So I've just pressed A on my shadow, and I'm going to press A again to get into its sort of sub-menu system. And I'm going to go up to. And there you hear the announcer said Fulgor. Now I'm going to play a character that isn't my main,
Thunder.
but I'm going to play Thunder, and I'm going to play in the Legend of Thunder costume in the default colour. Partly as a shout-out reference to Ken Lobb, one of the original creators of the series, who I played in a rematch set relatively recently as of the time of this video's recording, and I beat 5 matches to 4. Which in a really, really intense, interesting set. The replays for that will be linked in the description without any commentary, so you can see how the set went down. So now Fulgor's coming in, and we're on his home turf. He tried to get a throw, and I hit him with one of my moves there. And I'm doing back throw linkers. Shadow, standard command throw just to get the damage on him. And I'm going to try and hit him with a low. And I get the throw on him when he teleports in. Getting throws on him a fair amount. Get the command throw. He got the uppercut on me because I wasn't blocking. And he predicted completely what I was going to do. There we go, that's what I wanted to try and show you. You can react to the teleport. Okay, he was going for lights instead. Okay, I'm going to try and get a throw on reaction. He knew! Oh, there we go. I can earn my meter back. I'm just hitting heavy punch via combo assist here. Just hitting that. And that's the thing. You can react so much quicker with combo assist being on. I keep thinking he's going to go for something conventional. And then he doesn't. I tried to go for the counter. Okay, he keeps breaking the heavy. Let's see if we can... Oh, that works. Oh, no. Oh, that was medium. He changed it up. Ow. I refer to my shadow as a he at this point because it kind of is. Oh, that was a good change up. Well, that was unfortunate. I keep trying to go for that counter. Just poke him to death. That wasn't ideal, but it definitely shows you how much the audio can do. And we'll do a couple more matches. We'll turn it into a best of 3. See if we can... What? Okay. That was unusual. There we go. That's what I wanted to try and do first. Keep trying to land. Ow. Okay, he broke that. Fine. I should know he's going to break that because I've broken that before. There we go. There's a counter breaker that you can get on a shadow. Going to get the shadow command throw as well. And the taunt. If you have any questions about how this works after seeing this, then feel free to let me know. That wasn't what I pressed. Okay. There's the counter. I thought he was going to break that then when he came out of lockout, but he didn't. Try and hit with the overhead. Okay, I wasn't sure if I had enough time to react. Using the lights to my advantage. Oh god. Get the throw there. And that second throw killed him. That seems to be my Fulgor Shadow's weakness. Just not teching throws enough.
Supreme victory.
Tell you what, let's turn it into a Fulgor on Fulgor match. And here is Fulgur in all his action figure color glory. Let's see which robot wins this final match. This is also an interesting demonstration of how mirror matches work as well. And we are going to skip the intros. There we go, I get the first throw. Oh good, he gets the uppercut. There we go, I'm just waiting for him to make his move. Oh, okay. Get my uppercut. Good, he broke that. Was trying to move there. There we go, I know I can react to that. Went for the counter but missed it, unfortunately. I keep going for those counters, but I think my shadow knows I want to do it. Not entirely sure what my thinking was behind that. Oh my word, he's learnt that combo. My shadow has learnt that combo. That's good. Okay, that's fair. Oh lord, okay, this is not going to end well. That wasn't what I wanted at all, but I'll take it. Let's see if I can do what he was trying to do to me. I should have tried to rush. And hit him with a hype beam. And we can't hit him with an ultimate because we don't have the green health bar. Couldn't hit him with that either. Couldn't hit him with the hype beam, but that's fine. We will do one final match actually because I kind of want to show you just how ridiculous it can get when you've trained a shadow well enough that it can genuinely beat you. So I'm going to switch shadows to Jago and show a Jago versus Shadow Jago, or rather a Shadow Jago versus a Shadow Jago match. And here we are in the character select screen for this final match of the demo.
Shadow Jago.
And of course, I'm going for the limited edition pre-order colour of Shadow Jago from the action figure. Unfortunately, you can't choose what stage you fight on and therefore the music. That'd be kind of cool if we could choose Garga's theme for this battle, because it would be quite fitting. I remember seeing this intro for the first time when I fought the boss version, because the sound design is the same, and I was quite worried. There we go, that's the thing. You have to be prepared for the shadow to do things that you would expect a player to do, as well as things that you wouldn't expect a player to do. There we go, mediums. There we go. Catch him out of the air. Oh, we're doing well, actually. We're doing really well. Oh, that was unfortunate. I spoke too soon. I can hit him with Annihilation. There we go. Because I knew he hadn't recovered from hitting me out via wind kick. And he counter broke me. Doesn't really surprise me. I've trained numerous matches with that shadow. I want to try and see if I can get an ultimate on him. Oh, there we go. So we'll turn this into a best of 3 as well, why not? I just want to see if I can actually land the ultimate on my shadow. I almost had it. But Ow. There we go. Oh, why did I think that was mediums? There we go, got the light break on the flip out. Gonna move away. Try and fireball him. Got the lights. Throw the retaliatory fireball. And I'd hope to kill him with the... Let me see if I can get him with this. Oh, I missed it because he died halfway through. It threw me off. Ow. Wow, okay. That can completely interrupt it. Oh, I hit him as he got up. That was cool. I'll take it. Used all my instinct, but I will take it. And I got the counter. No! I screwed it up. I thought the announcer had said danger before that, but then I realized he hadn't. Ow! There we go. You're gonna die. That's not the ultimate, but I'll take it. But I will get the ultimate probably in this last match. Now I know how the Shadow's playing at the moment. Come on, I know I can do this. Oh my word. And why did I go for the really difficult to hit thing? I knew he was going to go for that. I feel really pleased. Okay. How is he not dead yet? Oh god. There we go, that's what I was trying to do earlier when I missed it. There we go, we can capitalize. There we go, shadow counter. Come on. Oh, what? Okay. There we go. Now we can try and hit the ultimate. But we're going to try and hit it off an ultra. Let's see if we can do this. No, I missed it. No, I played so well up to that point. I should have left it about a split second longer.
Supreme victory.
Let's try one final time. Come on. I'm going to go for meter instead of damage. Okay. Oh my word. How? Wait, how did he not get hit by the dive kick? That's very confusing. Okay, he's just going to keep... Oh my word. Oh no, that's bad. Oh, that was heavy. Can I hit him out of that? Yes, I can. I'm not sure if I needed to do that or not. That's the only issue. You can't necessarily tell where health bars are, other than by just estimation. But it seems to work. Okay. Gonna wait. get him out of the recovery. Now go for damage. Wait. Just trying to get the meter so I can do stuff. Oh, I keep not breaking the right things. No, and I can't get my ultimate. It's very frustrating. We're just going to have to keep going. I wouldn't have been surprised if he'd have shadow countered. Just going to end it early. I apologize if it seems like this demo is going on for too long, but I really want to get this ultimate now. I know I can do it. I've done it before. It's just a question of whether the shadow will be able to be beaten. Trying to use an old zoning tactic. It doesn't know how to block those fireballs properly. It's trying to walk me down. And every time I don't break the heavy. That's really annoying me. I thought it was going to convert into heavy. Oh my word. He's going to try and be aggressive. That won't help him. Using instinct won't help him either. See if we can... Okay, we don't need to, because he's dead. There's the counter! Get the shadow. That's going to hurt. Oh, what? Okay. One more match then. Okay. See if I can... Ow, that was entirely my fault. That's the good thing. You know when it's your fault and when it's not. I wasn't sure whether it would let me hit the ultra that late, but it didn't. And this just shows how patient you have to be against data versions of yourself. Because they can... Okay. Completely missed him. Which was unusual. Because I'm varying my fireballs, he doesn't quite know what to do. I can cheese this first health bar. I don't like to. But I haven't effectively taught my shadow how to do this yet. Gonna see if I can... Okay. That's the thing, it knows that I'm gonna slide in. Once it knows I'm gonna slide in, it knows what it... Oh, and it knew I was gonna try and break! There we go, but I knew it was going to try and do the flip. Going to use this. We don't need to use this, but it helps to definitely secure the victory there. There we go. Going to see if we can dash in and... Oh, what on earth. See, how does his combo do that much damage? At this rate, we will never get the ultimate. Try and just finish him as quickly as we can. I'm not going to go for those counters because then I might be able to get those in the next match. That'll kill him. But it definitely shows how much there is going on in terms of fluidity, in terms of zoning, in terms of all the interesting stuff that this game has to offer. I'm not going to let him have first blood. If I can help it. I am playing this on a normal pad, by the way. If anyone's wondering, I'm playing this on a standard Xbox One. Okay. See if we can... Oh, he broke that as I did it. That's really annoying. There we go, medium. Oh, he's breaking that too. Oh, okay, fair enough. My inputs must have been a little off there. Gonna see if we can zone him out a little. Showing the air fireballs there. Gonna block. Tried for the counter. Oh, that's medium. And we can hit him with instinct. That will damage him. It might kill him, though. That did kill him. That was a shame. Because that was a good match otherwise, and I really need to get this this ultra into ultimate to see if I can show how that's done. Yeah, that's a thing I need to stop doing. Okay. There's fireballs traveling everywhere on the screen. Get the damage. That will hit him. That was the most interesting jumping punch avoidance maneuver I think I'd ever seen from the AI. Highly unusual. Ow. That was entirely my fault. Oh, and every time he goes for it, that's going to kill me. Yep. So every time he goes for the counter, it was worth a try. Partly because we're not going to get the ultimate. There we go. That's gonna... Gonna try and... That's delayed. Oh my word! I'm surprised he didn't shout out counter. I'm going to just end it quickly. This has turned from a demo into basically a prolonged set, which is fine because it just shows how much entertainment, enjoyment you can get out of just fighting the AI. Okay, so he's always countering that. That's fine. That's his thing, the throw does. Okay, the throw does that much damage. Okay. Try and get the... Hopefully he doesn't get the shadow counter there. I need to be careful because that throw is really eating... There we go. See if we can get the damage here. Okay. Oh, he went for the counter and that's going to kill me. No, it's not. Oh my word. Oh, that was a heavy. That's completely my fault. It looked like it was going to be medium, and then it wasn't. Oh my word, that worked! So I leapt up into the air, did a dive kick from midair, and then cancelled it via instinct, which was highly unusual for me. I've rarely, if ever, done that unless I accidentally do it like I did there. But it's a useful strategy. And he broke the heavy. Get the slide from short distance. And okay, I went to do one thing. Gonna block. I went to do a conversion. Yep, he went for it. He went for that counter. There we go. Oh my word. Oh, and he went for the counter as well. Gonna have to make sure you die, because you will probably kill me with one hit. This is like the ultimate version of endurance mode. It really is. Come on. There's the counter. Oh, and there's that one hit I was on about. It wasn't even a fireball that landed correctly. End it quickly. Come on, I need to get this. I need to get this ultimate. Come on.
Ready. Fight.
That wasn't what I pressed. There we go. Oh my word. The interesting tech is flying everywhere. And of course he knows I'm going to counter. But he doesn't capitalize, which is his problem, because then I pop instinct and hit him with annihilation there, which is kind of a waste. I'm going to try and keep close. But he's not going to let me. There we go. Going to dive in. And of course, he counters. Needed to have done a proper combo on him there. Starting with the medium instead of the heavy. That definitely helped. Cancel. The throw into the counter. I won't be able to... I might be able to hit it from here. I'm not sure. Let's find out, though. And I couldn't have hit it from there because the KV was too high. This is precisely how most of my sets end up going with people I enjoy playing with. Normally ends up just being, come on, I need to get this. I need to try and win this. Go for damage. I don't think the AI is letting up on me, though. No, it definitely isn't. There we go. I don't know quite what it was thinking it would do. Wait, what? Okay, I kicked him and then... Fine. There we go. Try and hit him with the overhead as he comes out of the wind kick. And wait for him. Wait for him. Gotta wait. There we go. There's the ultra chance, the ultra ultimate chance. Just need to leave it that fraction of a second longer. Let's see. And again I miss it. I don't know whether it's lag on the setup, whether it's the Xbox One X not loading in things quickly enough, whether it's me not judging the angles correctly. But we had an almost flawless match there. Okay, fine. That's my fault. Okay, I thought that was going to hit him as he got up, but that was fine. Throwing fireballs in the air, something Jago can't do. There we go. Got the slide from distance. I didn't know you could actually get a back throw off of that, but it makes a massive amount of sense now I think about it. What you're hitting there is a taunt. Okay. Oh, and my timing was so unfortunate. And I was robbed by the shadow counter as well. Oh, and the stylish juggle, really. Oh, and the taunt too, fair enough. I really wish I knew how to juggle off of that. And every time. There we go. Even though we crossed sides because of annihilation. I interrupted him with the dive kick there. I'm not going to be able to get the ultimate, of course, because he killed me. But this is just a real in-depth demo of how well the audio works, that I can commentate and play, and also tell you, as the viewer, what's going on. Okay, that's bad timing from me. Gonna zone him out a little because he's being a real pain. Oh, and of course he goes for the late counter. That's your fault. He went for the counter. Okay, of course. There we go. Cheesed him out with the fireballs. Let's try and stay away from him. Trying to use my shadow meter there. Okay. There we go. Catch him out of the air with the dive kick. Use the shadow uppercut, or the standard uppercut there. Oh, and that would kill me. Of course it would. Because that was my fault for sliding in from... Killed him with the sweep. One final attempt then to get the ultimate, because I think I've figured out how he's playing almost certainly now. And I'm going to use the cheapest strategy in the book. See if my shadow knows the way to get around it, which I don't think it does by this point. And watch on the left-hand side of the screen for the cues indicating I have shadow meter. Using occasional in-air fireballs. And then the slide from full screen, not full screen, from the short distance even, medium slide to hit him. Gonna try and whittle him down to the lowest possible health. This is how not to play Shadow Jago, everybody. In particular, if you miss Shadow Fireballs. Oh, that... Okay. Okay, I should have countered. There's the counter. I hit counter as he said 3, so... Okay. Oh no. Nope. Oh, that was unfortunate. I thought we'd switch sides and I blocked the wrong way. Fine. I'm not doing the ultimate because I can't do it, but I did ultra into instinct into dive kick into ultra into ender, and it was the short version of that. I could have done a really long version, but I chose not to. I think the trouble is this also shows the viability of jumping as a strategy, which a large number of players seem to exploit, which is a real shame because it makes the games boring. Makes the games uninteresting because then you have to just anti-air for an entire match. Arguably the strategy I'm using at the moment is uninteresting, but if my shadow knew how to zone, to counter my zoning, which is Jago, is relatively straightforward if you time it right, then okay. Okay, fine. I can leave that. Just going to keep pressing him with medium fireballs. Don't know why I slid in there. That was unfortunate. I thought that was going to hit me before it hit him. That might kill him, though. Once again. Yep. Will I ever get this ultimate? That remains to be seen. Especially by me, given that I have no sight to start with. It's like a reverse boss Shadow Jago battle. Gonna wait for that fireball to pop up. Doing in-air fireballs on a pad isn't easy. It's just in-air and then a ground one. And then you miss all of those because I should have done that on the ground. That's the thing, he's trying to jump and he's not learning. There we go. He makes his first maneuver in. That was arguably his biggest mistake. I'm just going to keep straight over the fireball. And into the killing combo. I will definitely take that. I'm going to be slightly cheap again because I know that I can do this from this range. There we go. That's what I wanted to try and achieve before. There we go. That was unfortunate timing. And now the music's gone glitchy. Might be able to hit it from here. Let's see. This is the Ultra. And again, for the third time. I think it's because I'm hitting it too early. Okay, so we have a strategy now, which is good. And let's see what we can't get out of it. Now that we know what we're doing, let's see what we can't extract from said strategy. Just going to keep throwing medium fireballs at him because he doesn't seem to know how to counter it. I need to really teach my Shadow how to counter those. I'm going to start throwing heavies now because he's blocking those. And throw a bunch of Shadow ones. Basically, this is keeping him in an animation loop of sorts, whereby he can't actually get out of his animation because he keeps trying to charge a fireball to counter my zoning, which I then counter with my own Shadow Fireball because he did his. This feels really cheap. That's because it is. Gonna try not to get too close. Oh god. That'll get him. Let's see if we can hit this one last time. Come on. One final time. And leave it a little late. And miss it completely. Good lord. This shows just how difficult this is to actually hit. Just trying to keep hitting him with it. That was unfortunate. Tried to sweep him and tried to slide in. There we go. Wait for that. Okay. Try and just hit him with the counter for the... Well, basically he was trying to throw fireballs at me and I wouldn't let him. Block. Oh, I tried to... Okay. Oh, that hit him from nearly full screen. That was like one jump away from being full screen. So that's a fair amount of his life bar gone. Gonna take the risk. Take the risk and make it. Let's see what happens. And why I couldn't hit it there is a mystery. Because it seems like the right timing to me. And the KV didn't actually sort of go off at all. Again, reverse boss Shadow Jago battle. But then, to be fair, this is doing damage, so I'm not going to complain. This is how to cheese your shadow and win, everybody. You wait. You see? Yeah, there we go. His first health bar's down, and he's not even managed to get near me. He's getting close, though, which is good. It's showing that walking you down is actually possible as a tactic. God, if I'd have missed my input there. There we go. And we've tried both sides for this, and neither side has worked. Let's see if this time will, though. There we go! And the ultimate. And with that done with, I will leave this video here. I hope you appreciate the time and effort that goes into creating these videos, making sure they look reasonably good at the quality they do. And I know the vast majority of you do, because there's been so much interest around how I play games as a gamer without sight, when the games themselves, the video games themselves, require visuals. But I'm really glad to have been able to update this video to show just how well Killer Instinct works as a gamer without sight, and have a massive shadow set along with it. If you want to see more content like this, please feel free to let me know, and thank you very much for watching. Do feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.